Okay, so everybody has this file that came with the video, but we'll walk through it really quickly here. So on the left, we have a list of different initials, and these are the concepts. Now there's a couple of new ones in here. We're going to go through them really quickly. So wog is bend, tom is grease, weep is dirty, napug is flat, yosk, thosk, nosk, right, the dialectal variants of the Y. Yosk is soft. Gau means to go downwards, and op means to go upwards. Kinu, the W at the end, means long. Papug means thin, and gispug means thick. Now, when we look at the chart, at the bottom we have, when there's a column, so ki and ni are interchangeable. So it could be ki, it could be ni, or it could be nothing at all. Then we see each one of our initials can fit where that arrow drags them down into the pink box. So if we were going to use the one wog, and we would put it where that pink block is, and the arrow is showing that those initials fit in that space. Then we have to add the IN, and again, just to be aware that kinu ends in a W, so that I is going to change to an O in that particular instance. Everything else, it's just going to be IN. And then we have this black box that has both orange and purple in it. And that is where we're going to put the theme sign, or the directional marker. And the directional marker can be found in all of the arrows above, because this entire study session is about using those directional markers and figuring it out, using our brain to figure out which one we need to use. And at the end we have a W or an N. Okay, so just to go through it once again, if kia is involved, it starts with ki. If nia is involved but kia is not involved, then we put a ni. And if neither nia or kia are involved, then there's nothing there in the first column. Then we use one of the initials in the second column, or the second space, the black box with the pink. And then we add in the I, because the initials end in a consonant, so we add the I before going to the N. The N in the middle there, after the I, is to signify that the person is using their hand to complete the action, or to make the effect of the concept on the other person. The box after it is where the directional marker goes, so either a, ik, I, or ite, as you can see above in all the arrows. And at the end, you either have to pick a W or an N. Okay? Now, let's be very clear here. You would only pick an N if both nia and kia are in the action transfer. So if you said kisagihin, or kiwaganin, to use an example there. So if we put wog where the pink box is, we could say kiwaganin or kiwaginitin. But if we're going from nia to wia, or from kia to wia, we would use a W on the last column. So what Maggie and I, welcome, what Maggie and I are going to do here now is kind of explain how we use something like this to study. And again, it's hard to put the words together piece by piece, but by doing so we learn how to make words, and the whole point of language is to express ourselves. So we need to know the pieces so we can build each different concept or each different phrase or word that we want to say, so that we can express ourselves. We don't want to just memorize sentences. We want to learn the words so we can mix the order of them up and express ourselves. So we're going to use this pattern. Please bring it up on your computer alongside this video if you can, or print it off, or whatever you got to do. But have it in front of you so you can follow along. Now, this has been an English introduction, but we're going to fade out here, and we're going to go to another video where we're just going to do a study session, and you're going to see we are just going to speak Cree. Now, there are two purposes for this. One, I want you to see how we can use this to speak. But the other thing is you can use the second part of this video. We'll make a separate video. The second part of this video, and you can use it to transcribe, because you know all the pieces. So then you can use your ear, and you can use what you have learned of what pieces should go where to try and figure out what we're saying. So you can write it down, you can transcribe it, and then afterwards, if you don't know what it says, you can translate it into English using all of the pieces that you have. And this is exactly what we do when we're transcribing. This is just kind of in a more contained environment, because we're only going to be using words except for two initials that we didn't teach you yet, that are gao and op. So you now know them. Using all the reference material that you have and all the notes you've taken from class, you can now transcribe this coming second part of the video and then translate it, and you will see that you can go from an audible utterance to complete understanding using all these pieces. Do you have anything to add?
No.
Perfect. Okay, we'll see you in the next part. Okay. We forgot something. And we're about to use it in the video we just took that we're going to show soon. So here's what we have to teach you. Okay, top secret. When we have a word that starts with a vowel, like this beautiful word op, which we just taught you means lift, right? Opahuipisim, a lot of people know that's August, the flying up moon in a lot of regions. Op is the upward part of opihau. Since it starts with a vowel, do you have the ki? You need the ki. When we make constructions that involve the op and the ki, I need your help. No, I need you to take the T. You do the insert. So we have ki and we have o. We need to put a T. The T is really important. So you're going to hear us say kitopen now. You're going to hear us say kitopenik. I don't actually know what we say. I forget. But we're going to hear all sorts of T's in there. And this wasn't meant to tease you.
And don't forget the T.
But don't forget the T. You got to get that T in there. That's the T connector rule. Anyway, just wanted to put that in here so that you guys weren't like, oh my goodness, what the heck are they saying?
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
What?
Okay. Also, something else we need to tell you is that this is a green screen, so you see a duck and a woman and a plate, but there's nothing there.
Esqueo, sisip, oyagan.
You see an esqueo, a sisip, and an oyagan, but if I'm not pointing to the right place, it's because I can't see them. And if I'm pointing to a place I shouldn't, it's because I don't know what I'm pointing at. Same with her. So just keep that in mind. Okay.
¿Estás?
¿Cómo estás?